Well, it is FA Cup quarter-final times and Chelsea have handed a gift of a draw up against bottom side in League One. Port Vale travel to Stamford Bridge as Chelsea have the glorious opportunity of reaching yet another cup final this season. Well, we reached the semi-finals of the Carabao Cup, lost that in 2 legs to Arsenal, an opportunity again to go to Wembley, this time in the back of an opportunity, a performance that is needed here up against a side that have been struggling themselves. Beating Sunderland to get here is pretty impressive, but this would be a task way too big for even John Brady and his men, as Chelsea have put out a strong enough lineup to get the job done against bottom of League One. Sunderland to get here. Well, Chelsea have had problems, multiple problems. Cole Palmer with the captain's armband today. Chelsea have not scored in the last 4 games. This is getting quite absurd from a Chelsea point of view. Must-win scenarios here to book our spot in the semi-finals. We're up against Port Vale. It's the magic of the FA Cup. We really hope it isn't a regulation Chelsea win, please, to start off this week. And then we can focus on bigger fish to fry. Well, off and running at Stamford Bridge as Liam Rossinier has certainly rung in the changes here today, especially with the back 4. Tosin in the back line. That has been disappointing that Josh Achumpong can't get the start in a game against League One opposition. But it's Tosin and Wesley Fofana. But the forward line for Chelsea is exciting as hell, as Chelsea on the right hand side here. Early pressure. Here's Cole Palmer. Now with the captain's armband with Estevao on the right hand side. Pedro Neto as well. Cross comes into the box. It might be a corner. It is. Brisk start this from Chelsea. Port Vale caught on the back foot here. Malo Gusto on the right hand side for us, making that early burst. Well, from Port Vale's point of view, they cannot afford to concede early, despite Chelsea's home form being pretty rubbish in the Premier League. Can't forget that PSG put 3 past us as well. This corner's creating a lot of problems, and it is 1-0. Jarell Hato, who scored the first goal for Liam Rossinier, has now scored early on. It's a nightmare start for Port Vale. Jarell Hato scores early, and it is a crushing blow for Port Vale early on. Well, we knew that the scoreline could be anything in this match. From a set piece, though, head coach John Brady will be absolutely livid with that. The delivery is really good. They don't really deal with it. It sits up nicely. Jarell Hato, with that trusted left foot of his, scores his 2nd goal in the FA Cup. This one in the quarterfinals, and Chelsea are off and running. That's a mess there from Joe Gauci. He has not shown the requisite amount of composure needed there. He just about punches it, but it's not too far away. The left back lashes it home from close range, and Chelsea had the dream start. Well, with no Moises Caicedo in the starting 11 and Enzo Fernandez suspended for 2 games, I have to see the midfield of Andre Santos and, of course, Romeo Lavia control that midfield. Port Vale are playing with a back 5, the 3 in midfield with Ben Garrity, Fonso Ujo and Reece Walters. But Chelsea's 2 have to get the job done. Andre Santos and Romeo Lavia, without the 2 big brothers in Caicedo and Enzo to hold your hands. Let's see what you got up against League One opposition. They are bottom in League One, so the least we expect is for the boys to have tremendous amounts of the ball, the play, and create plenty of chances. A clean sheet is an absolute must as well. Tosin finds Cole Palmer. Palmer, who had a difficult international break with England, wasn't at his fluent best, I would say, but he's slowly but surely building up that fitness. He scored 9 Premier League goals for us, despite this being a dip season for him. And Chelsea have been pretty fluid on the right hand side. Estevao nearly finding Cole Palmer with the strike. It's well blocked. They do manage to clear. Chelsea's right-hand side causing all sorts of problems. Malo Gusto and Pedro Neto down that right-hand side causing enough problems for Port Vale. Liam Gordon is playing left wing back. Joao Pedro 14 Premier League goals and 5 assists for the Brazilian man. Needs to get back into that scoring rhythm, we have that crazy run in, and we expect Joao Pedro to do a bulk of the scoring there because, yes, Cole Palmer is very much capable of scoring goals, but Joao Pedro under Liam Rossini has been next level, but he has dipped in the last few weeks before the international break. So it's critical from Chelsea's point of view that we get our main man firing. Cole Palmer, Joao Pedro and Estevao Willian need to start all the games from here to the end of the season. It's as simple as that. The fourth attacker can be anybody they want, but those three have to be a must. There's Andre Santos. Tosin being put under a bit of pressure. I'm really disappointed that Josh Achampong didn't get the start today. If you want to try and justify that decision from Liam Rossini, he's gone with an inexperienced pivot of Andre Santos and, of course, Romeo Lavia. Probably having another inexperienced player in the spine. But that's an excuse, man. If you're old enough, you're good enough. And Josh Achampong's minutes this season has been criminal. Both from Enzo Maresca and, of course, Liam Rossini. But this is good football, this from Chelsea. Here's Andre Santos. Expected Chelsea to dominate possession. That's exactly what we're doing here. Here's Pedro Neto. Interesting that he starts on the right and Estevao on the left. Neto, clip ball into the box. Good defending. Chelsea win the ball back, but I think Port Vale should be able to clear, and they should. Well, bright start this from Chelsea. Fully expected us to dominate the ball, and that's pretty much what we have done. Expecting Joe Gauci in goal to have a torrid time. Estevao on the left-hand side is certainly an interesting call from Liam Rossini. Always see one or two players not playing in their right position under Liam Rossini, that's for sure. I would have much preferred Pedro Neto on the left and Estevao on the right, but again, if there's a game to try and experiment something, it's against Port Vale. Reece Walters in midfield gets robbed. Strong challenge there by Jarell Hato. He's had a very good start. Joao Pedro, that's excellent. Surely he was fouled. No yellow card or the stoppage of play. Chelsea, a lot of touches here, but just need to try and step it up here. That second goal can come quick. Here's Andre Santos. That's a loose pass, but somehow manages to find Pedro Neto. Neto jumped out of the challenge there. Ben Waine, the centre forward, alongside Martin Sheriff, the two-pronged centre forwards for Port Vale in that 5-3-2 formation with Ben Garrity, Funso Ujo and Reece Walters in that midfield three. Liam Gordon, Connor Hall, Cameron Humphreys, Kyle John and Jordan Gabriel as that right-sided wing-back for head coach John Brady. And I'm not sure how much the wing-backs will be going forward here considering Chelsea's wing threat. Yes, Fofana. Chelsea going with experience in the back line. Fofana and Tosin Adarabioyo are two most experienced centre-halves in terms of age and appearances. That's why I said the clean sheet is an absolute must here today. Gusto finds Pedro Neto on the right-hand side. Neto tries to just feed the ball into the channel there, but Connor Hall defends well. Strides forward with the ball, nicely done. But Jarell Hato has started the game very nicely here. Again, very much on the front foot. Santos finds Palmer. Palmer sweeps it onto the left-hand side. Estevao's first touch is electric. Brilliant stuff. This from the Brazilian. Finds Cole Palmer. Very good defending. It's last ditch, but they do manage to clear. Chelsea, once Cole Palmer and Estevao start to combine, man, that's when we start playing football. And that's why I keep saying it for the next... we got 2 months remaining. We have to see Estevao, Joao Pedro and Cole Palmer as our front three. The fourth attacker can be anybody else. It doesn't really matter. But these three have to start games, build that connection and start scoring goals, because our defense does not keep clean sheets, man. Certainly under Liam Rossini. We've kept 3 clean sheets under Liam Rossini this season. I think Parforce was one in the Champions League. Brentford was one in shocking fashion where Brentford should have scored a couple of goals at least. And the third is skipping my mind, but it was against a quote-unquote minnow side. So Chelsea don't keep clean sheets under Liam Rossini. Absolutely not. But this game, absolutely no excuses. 8 minutes on the clock. Chelsea have the perfect start. Jarell Hato's goal from close range in that Chelsea corner, giving the Blues the lead. Well, Manchester City have booked their spot in spectacular fashion in the FA Cup semi-final, putting 4 past Liverpool. I mean, Liverpool looked hapless in that second half, man. First half, they did pretty well. I thought they competed well. Salah had a glorious opportunity with that long Mamadashvili ball. Should have made better use of that, but City managed the game well, scored those two crucial goals before half-time, early into the second half. And of course, a few minutes later, Haaland getting the hat-trick. Well, City will certainly be one of the favourites. Chelsea expecting them to be in the semi-finals as well. Arsenal should get the job done against Southampton, no problems later on. And maybe, just maybe, West Ham might join the big boys in the semi-finals. Possibly 3 clubs from London and 1 from the city of Manchester. Here's Wesley Fofana. Into the 10th minute, pretty comfortable here for Chelsea. Not expecting too many incidents. Should be a clinical performance. Get back into that rhythm. Minutes for Romeo Lavia, Andre Santos. Very good. Hopefully Josh Acheampong can get some minutes, man. Here's Pedro Neto. Heavy ball there with Malo Gusto. Not the most crispest connection down the right-hand side. Malo Gusto tries to be strong there, but it's powerful work there from the wing-back. It's a goal kick. Well, Joe Gauci has not been tested too much in the opening stages yet. Well, Port Vale reaching the quarterfinals of the FA Cup is certainly no joke for a club bottom of League One. But to play Chelsea at Stamford Bridge is a cruel, cruel fixture. But you're going to have to play one of the big boys at some point. Having beaten Sunderland, very impressive from John Brady's men. Lavia wins the header. Joao Pedro hasn't really gotten involved, but a couple of touches has been good. Chelsea's build-up play has been a bit rushed. Fair play to Port Vale in terms of putting the pressure on. Again, Sheriff is giving Tosin a real troublesome time here. Brilliant work there from Martin Sheriff. Tosin Adrabayo, if a League One striker is giving you problems, oh my word, Chelsea could have very easily conceded there. Ben Waine at the far stake. If that ball fell a bit kinder to him, Sheriff giving Tosin a torrid time, man. Tosin Adrabayo, shame on you, bro. He loses the header. I mean, he's 6'4". What a waste that is. Clever ball. I mean, Sheriff, Ben Waine has to go and slide there. He has to slide. It's slightly overhead, but that's a chance. That is a good enough chance for Port Vale, man. Decent entry into the box. A long ball forward. Good enough for Port Vale to win that first ball. Good play in the central areas here from Chelsea. Shifted onto the right-hand side. Again, I'm not really sure as to what Chelsea are trying to do here. We're seeing a lot of those long balls into the channel. Not a big fan of that, especially against bottom sides. I mean, we need to pop the ball around, man. That's bare minimum, right? We need to just get the ball on the deck, pop it around, show how we can, outplay a much inferior side. Just playing balls into the channel is I mean, I get it, you want to have those quick attacks, but it's a bit of an out, a cowardice move. Need to see those passes, need to see that bravery, link up play, 1-2 touches, basics, against bottom opposition, bare minimum, man. Side, just playing balls into the Chelsea can certainly up the tempo here. That early goal would have taken a bit of that impetus to really go and be on that front foot yet. Good pass there by Tosin. Keeps finding Cole Palmer. Here's Romeo Lavia. Expecting Lavia to play 90 minutes here today, man. I mean, we have mollycoddle protected Romeo Lavia for 3 years. And geez, man, maybe, just maybe, today might be the day where Romeo Lavia completes 90 minutes for Chelsea Football Club after 3 years since joining from Southampton for 50 million quid. Calmly done there by Joe Gauci. Hey, what's up, Manish? Take a few more outside the box shots too. Test the keeper. Make him nervy. In terms of shots from outside the box, Cole Palmer and Estevao certainly can do that. I don't want to see Pedro Neto shooting from distance. But, yeah, man, probably a few shots from outside. Is our midfield capable of doing so? I'm not really sure. Andre Santos can certainly arrive late and try and have a few shots on target, but Chelsea need to trouble Joe Gauci in goal a lot more. I mean, we've got the lead early on. An open play needs to be slightly better. And all the stats will be in Chelsea's favour. That's not going to be any sort of issue, but Port Vale have seen a bit of a weakness already. That long ball for Martin Sheriff to win that knockdown against Tosin Adarabioyo all day, every day, from Port Vale's point of view. They have to hit that long ball from them. Law of averages, the percentages will work. It's concerning to see Tosin already lose that aerial of players. Ben Garrity in midfield wins the ball back. Shifted onto the right-hand side for Jordan Gabriel. Oh, he might be fouled there by Estevao. Yes, he is. Needless. Chelsea do not be conceding this foolish fouls, man. Especially for Port Vale to put some decent balls into the box. Absolutely needless there from Estevao Willian. I mean, good to see him chasing back, but that's an inexperienced challenge. Definitely not Neto, Monish. Definitely not Neto. Well, free kick here for Port Vale. Not a bad position here. Funso Ojo, the number 14 for Port Vale, is just holding that central position. Chelsea do have a soft underbelly defending set pieces, especially under Liam Rossinier. Highish line here held by the Chelsea defence. Let's say 3 or 4 yards from the 18-yard line. Certainly an interesting tactic here. Cameron Humphreys is going to try and just fade this ball into the corridor of uncertainty between that back line and the goalkeeper. Chelsea need to defend the situation with calmness here. Humphreys fades the ball. Decent ball in. Doesn't have the power on it though. Headers well off target. Chelsea survive. Well, Estevao Willian has gotten a bit of a warning already. No needless fouls. There's no need to do that. I mean, it's very good to see him track back and, help out, but no needless fouls. Port Vale will certainly be relying on set pieces and those long balls. Last thing Chelsea need to do is, keep inviting them in those kind of positions. Just over 16 minutes on the clock. Joe Gauci in goal has not been tested way too much. Tosin keeps firing these first-time balls to Cole Palmer with pace. I mean, every time he does that, Chelsea have to go backwards. That's a clever pass. Joao Pedro is onside and he runs the channel, but he is offside. Look, I can understand what Tosin is trying to do. Break the lines with that first-time wrap pass, but it's been hit with so much pace that Cole Palmer has to control. And he's got somebody behind him, so he has to, take the ball forward, and we're going backwards again. So from Tosin's point of view, it's good that he's keeping finding Cole Palmer, but needs something a bit more cute, in terms of the weight of pass. He can't just keep firing it at Cole, especially when he's got 2 Port Vale players immediately on the back of him. Wesley Fofana goes jumping in. Chelsea do manage to clear. Well, Port Vale will feel that they're very much in this game, man. They've not really been outclassed here. Chelsea are playing with a very languid speed, man. It's a bit pedestrian. Chelsea have been guilty of it on numerous occasions under Liam Rossini. I mean, the games against Everton and Newcastle were criminal. I mean, talk about throwing away 6 points, but we didn't deserve a point from those 2 games, man. It was shocking. The Everton game was shambolic. To lose 3-0 to that Everton side, I mean, they thoroughly deserved it as well. Chelsea started off those 15 minutes in the most kamikaze of ways, desperate to give a goal away. Then Beto scores a brace. I mean, it was a mess. Chelsea need to score goals, man. We've got City and United coming up after this one. There's no place to hide, man. We have to go to Anfield as well, playing Spurs at home. And Roberto De Zerbi, the new manager for Spurs, he's got something against the ex-Brighton operators, that's for sure. We have a nightmare end to the season, man. Got Nottingham Forest as well. They'll be fighting for their lives. No easy games for Chelsea, while Chelsea continue to remain a soft touch. Here's Lavia. Finds Tosin Adrabayo. Again, patience being exercised, but it's a whole lot of nothing from Chelsea's point of view. Again, that early goal might have just hurt us, As much as we needed that early goal, but if you just look at what we have done since then, it's been pretty pedestrian. Can understand after the international break, everybody trying to get into the rhythm and a lot of these players getting minutes after a long, long time, especially like Romeo Lavia, Andres Santos, Jarell Hato, Tosin Adrabayo. In terms of the attack, this is pretty much first choice. That's a terrible pass by Romeo Lavia. How are you asking? Good shot. Oh, Lavia, that is so poor, man. First the pass and then to lunge in and concede a needless foul. He's very lucky he doesn't pick up a yellow card. What a terrible pass that was, man. And then from there to concede that challenge, this is no good. Monish, this is pretty poor, man. No ideas in the final third. I mean, I can't understand why, because as much as you want to, you got to blame the system and stuff like that. Just those one-touch link-up plays, there's nothing there. I mean, the players are not finding each other. Tosin being the one who's starting our attacks, that cannot be the case as well. You need to see more from Lavia, man. Decent ball into the box. Chelsea clear that away. Joao Pedro helps out defensively, but doesn't have to do anything more as the offside flags up. Over 20 minutes played at Stamford Bridge, and Port Vale will feel that they have competed. Pretty unfortunate that they are trailing 1-0 here. Bit of a free goal in the way that it landed to Jarell Hato. I thought after Chelsea got the first goal, with 5 minutes on the clock, we would have another one at least by now. Haven't done anywhere near enough in terms of scoring another. Joe Gauci has had a very comfortable game in goal, man. He's just picked up on the low block. This is a deep 5-3-2 block if you've ever seen one. Pedro Neto. Again, that's where the likes of Estevao Willian and Cole Palmer will come into play, man. We need that bit of magic to unlock the defense. Here's Malo Gusto on the right-hand side. Finds Lavia. You can see the box being formed here. Tosin, Wesley Fofana, Andres Santos and Romeo Lavia. Chelsea used to play with the box midfield. Now we're playing almost with a box back line because these four aren't really going forward. It's a clever pass though by Joao Pedro finding Cole Palmer. Palmer. Oh, it's a poor touch, but somehow finds Estevao on the left-hand side. Estevao is certainly being wasted on the left, man. What a waste by Liam Rossignol. His misprofiling of some players has been really frustrating to see. The two youngsters, the two players that I was urging Liam Rossignol to start, he has misprofiled both of them. Look, I said that Estevao and Josh Acheampong must start all the games from now till the end of the season. And if you're going to see Estevao on the left and Josh Acheampong playing right back, then there's literally no hope for this manager. I mean, this is the last straw. I mean, can you use some of our youngsters well in, sure, pressure situation, but this is what they were bought for, man, to be trusted in these big situations. Because if you look at Chelsea's quote-unquote experienced players, they are the ones that keep letting us down, man. If you're going to go with the youth project, go fully. Don't do this halfway house, Absolutely not. 23 minutes on the clock and it's been boring, man, Monish. What a shame. What a shame, man. I mean, are they just trying to protect their legs and just be conservative, easy 2-0, 3-0 victory? Nothing suggests that Chelsea are going to have an easy victory here. Lavia finds Hato. Well, that early goal excitement has certainly died down. Since then, it's been really poor, man. Estevao's pass has been nicked off. Walters is pretty strong, but good challenge there by Lavia. Here's Andre Santos. Again, need more from the pivot, man. We need to do a little bit better. Moniz, this is really boring. Look at that. Again, it's a fired pass to Cole Palmer. This time it's Lavia. What do they think Cole Palmer is, man? I mean, is he just going to magically control and turn every, whipped pass hit with pace? Lavia and Tosin, that's so stupid, man. I understand they're trying to break the lines, but jeez. Here's Malo Gusto on the right-hand side. Chelsea need to do better here, man. This is really turgid, and this is what happens, man. I mean, a lot of questions will be asked about the Stamford Bridge crowd. I think we have one of the weakest home support. Oh, there's a chance here for Joao Pedro. It's 2-0. Chelsea's elite marksman gets the job done. His first chance, and he shows his clinical nature. It's 2-0 to Chelsea. Port Vale will feel like that is a goal that has been so harsh. Well, Joao Pedro certainly gets the job done again. Good first touch. It's his composure in front of goal, man. Look, he takes that extra touch. He just waits, and then he puts it into the corner. Excellent stuff. You could see that Pedro Neto was battling with Liam Gordon. Neto does really well. It's behind Joao, but Joao does so well, man. Beautifully done. Well, Chelsea may not have the best of performance, but you're 2-0 up. 25 minutes on the clock. Joao Pedro has a goal. And Joao pretty much done here already. You can see Port Vale have completed 30 passes. It's been all Chelsea. And Joao Pedro has his goal. Jarell Hato and Joao Pedro on the score sheet. Both summer signings. Pretty much booking our spot in the semi-finals. Now it's all about trying to fill up the goals and just be professional about the display. Yes, Fofana. Romeo Lavia shifts it onto the right-hand side. Gusto might be offside here, but play carries on. Gusto across. Very good challenge. Cameron Humphreys comes across, makes the interception. It's a corner for Chelsea. Chelsea looking to add the third. Another corner here is for Chelsea. 28 minutes. Played here, floated into the box. They do manage to clear, and the foul being given. Port Vale survive. Well, Joao Pedro showcasing his excellent composure in front of goal. The fact that he took a touch, waited before pulling the trigger, just shows you that he is ice cold in front of goal. You've seen it throughout the season. Some of his goals have been world class, to say the very least. 14 goals in the Premier League. Now starting to get involved in the big matches here. Need him to step up, man. I think Joao Pedro, in the 6 games that we have coming in, he needs to score at least 4 goals. 7 games that we have, 4 Premier League goals minimum. Well, that's the kind of pressure we have to put on Joao Pedro, because where else are the goals going to come from? I mean, Cole Palmer is one source. Are we going to rely on Pedro Neto, Garnacho, Enzo Fernandez probably to give us the goals? I mean, the Enzo Fernandez situation is going to be really interesting, man, because say Chelsea some way, somehow do manage to get all 3 points against Manchester City at the Bridge, right? Does Enzo Fernandez walk straight back in with the captain's armband? I'll be very surprised, but I mean, I wouldn't be surprised that he'll take the field, but I'm not sure what kind of a message it does send, but it is what it is. Joao Pedro, though, excellent, man. He has been a quality acquisition for us. The fact that he was bought to be a backup to Cole Palmer, almost like a backup number 10, and our two strikers are supposed to possibly be Nicholas Jackson and Liam Delap. I mean, talk about Chelsea falling ass backwards into a perfect solution, because Joao Pedro in the Club World Cup just dispelled any and all doubts that he was going to be our starting number 9 this season. He has delivered and then some. I think that performance in the Club World Cup gave Chelsea that almost extra bit of confidence that we can let Nico Jackson go on loan or even be sold. That even someone like Liam Delap would come on and be a handy enough number 2. But Liam Delap, I mean, he has been well, there's no mincing our words here. It's been an absolute failure for Chelsea Football Club in his first season. 1 Premier League goal, 1 in the Champions League against 10-man Barcelona. For 30 million quid, an Englishman who's 6 foot plus, built like a big ass guy, useless, man. The fact that he's had maybe 40 good minutes in a Chelsea shirt tells you everything that you need to know. With 30 minutes on the clock, 2-0 the scoreline. Jarell Hato and Joao Pedro giving Chelsea a pretty comfortable cushion here at the bridge. Chelsea possibly joining Manchester City as one of the semi-finalists, expecting Arsenal to get the job done later on. Andre Santos should get back onto the field here. So is Martin Sheriff. But Port Vale are going to try and rely on these long throws here as the ball floated into the box. Ooh, Wesley Fofana. Yeah, it is Fofana who went jumping in. He loses that duel. It's a corner for Port Vale. Just under 15 minutes of normal time remaining in the first half. Chelsea with a professional display. Hasn't been easy on the eye, but 2 goals at home to start off soon after the international break is a professional display that we needed here. The head coach John Brady is literally on his haunches here, hoping that Port Vale can pull a goal back. Liam Gordon, the left wing back, will put in this in-swinger. Doesn't beat the first man. Chelsea don't get too far away in terms of the clearance. Oh, there's a chance here for Chelsea on the counter-attack. Pedro Neto's got the pace, but his first touch is terrible. Reece Walters comes across and makes the interception. That is poor there from Pedro Neto. Look at that first touch, man. It's so bad. Here's Tosin. Chelsea looking to add the third before half-time. I'd love to see a few more changes being made. But I expect Romeo Lavia to complete 90 minutes. If he has to complete 90 minutes, I do not want to see Caicedo on the pitch today. Maybe minutes for Dario Isugo would be lovely. I would love to see Dario Isugo in our midfield for some time here today. It's really unfortunate picking up that thigh injury, needing surgery after international duty with, I think that was Portugal under 21. He is the closest profile you'll get in terms of trying to match someone like Caicedo in terms of the way he moves his body, the shoulders, the way he receives the ball. Tough tackler, likes to progress the ball as well. Very excited to see the full potential of Dario Isugo realizing at Chelsea Football Club. Martin Sheriff has picked up a yellow card for the challenge on Wesley Fofana. Well, Chelsea have not been cut and thrust, have not been full-blooded. Here's Tosin. 12 minutes plus added on time remaining in the first half. Jarell Hato and Joao Pedro giving us the lead. Well, Jarell Hato has certainly benefited from Liam Rossignol entering the club. He's seeing so much more minutes since Rossignol has been in the dugout. He's got a couple of goals as well, both in the FA Cup, both against lower league opposition. Cole Palmer, he's not been able to affect the game whatsoever. He's been swarmed by 2 Port Vale players every single time. And that's where the other attackers need to demand the ball a whole lot more. They know that Cole is being double teamed, right? So where's the overload? Where's the spare man? And that's what happens if Chelsea keep playing this slow sideways football. It's not really going to turn into anything that we expect them to. Ooh, that was a nasty collision there between Andre Santos and Jordan Gabriel. Ooh, that is pretty bad for Gabriel, unfortunately. Andre Santos coming at full clip, trying to win the ball. Nothing too reckless. I don't think he should be getting a yellow card for that. Gabriel is still on the deck. Yep. Not sure whether or not that should have been a free kick. Either way, Chelsea will have to defend this situation. It isn't a free kick, it's just a throw in. Yep, right call there from the ref. Chelsea do manage to clear. Here's Liam Gordon. Finds Reece Walters. Walters is good in midfield for Port Vale. Like the looks of him, he's got a bit of confidence in the middle of the park to receive the ball under pressure. Try and shimmy and shake to create a bit of separation. Here's Cameron Humphreys. Finds Kyle John. Onto the right hand side is Jordan Gabriel now. Again, the centre halves on either side of Cameron Humphreys have not really ventured forward once, because they know they're absolutely petrified. If they do turn the ball over, Chelsea could kill them on the counter attack and pretty much finish this game off in the first half. Here's Humphreys. It should go long, and they do that. Tosin has had no issues on that occasion. Romeo Lavia loses out the duel. Good play there by the skipper, Ben Garrity. Very quick there to make sure that Lavia still on the deck though. Romeo Lavia, every time he's on the floor, just start to be a bit concerned, considering it's not the player that does manage to stay fit. He's still on the ground. This is not a good sign from Chelsea's point of view. Port Vale have every right to continue because this is not a head injury, but Lavia is still on the deck. This is a nightmare from Chelsea's point of view. Again, it's a contact injury. Here's Gabriel. Needless foul there. Jarell Hato again. Some of the fouls that were conceded on our left-hand side has been so needless. Lavia is still on the deck. He's holding his ankle. Liam Rossinier will be... We talked about how Romeo Lavia absolutely must complete 90 minutes today. Let's have a look at this. Oh, he has landed really awkwardly. This is not good from Lavia's point. He has landed literally on the halfway point. I mean, it would be typical for Lavia to have done some sort of ligament damage there, but this is not good. He's been picked up really slowly. Chelsea will have a check. I remember Romeo Lavia started that game against Karabag away. That was the game where we needed Lavia to step in, considering the amount of ridiculous minutes that Caicedo and Enzo had to log in. And considering that nightmare performance, Lavia got injured. Caicedo had to pretty much play the entire 90 minutes, and Enzo Fernandez played 45 minutes in that match. Lavia's on the sidelines, but it looks like he will be able to continue, but every time, man. Again, it's unfortunate. It's a contact injury, right? Somebody's made contact with him. He's landed awkwardly. That can happen. But are you strong enough to, absorb those kind of contacts? Here's Estevao. Trying the counter-attack from Chelsea's point of view. No success. Gauchi clears. Fofana wins the first header. You can understand from Port Vale's point of view, they're going to continue playing long and doing a bit of head tennis to try and get something out of this, because in terms of open play chances, they have struggled. Here's Malo Gusto. I think the half-time whistle would be good for absolutely everybody involved. Hasn't been a fun game. Hasn't really been, in terms of, as they say, the magic of the FA Cup. It's been regulation stuff, this from Chelsea. Here's Wes Fofana. Rob Sanchez could very easily pull up a lawn chair here. Again, Tosin's passing between the lines. So much to question, man. Chelsea win the ball back courtesy of Cole Palmer, though. Here's Jarell Hato. teenager who played nearly 100 games for Ajax as club captain as well. 2 caps, expecting him to possibly be on that flight. But you see the Netherlands defense, I mean, possibly one of the best heading into the tournament. Virgil van Dijk, Denzel Dumfries, Nathan Ake. They got Van der Ven, just to name a few. Matthijs de Ligt possibly, as Lavia takes a shot. Slight deflection, but comfortable there for Gauchi. It was the first time Chelsea have taken a shot from outside the box. But good to see Lavia back. Thank goodness. I mean, he was fearing the worst. I mean, almost thought that Dario Sugo needs to warm up. He's possibly getting 45 minutes. Walters and Lavia challenging there. Chelsea win the ball back. There you have it. Last 5 minutes. Port Vale have had over 60% of the ball. Haven't really done much with it, but it's good to see that they're not afraid of taking chances, being a bit more braver on the ball. Lavia asking Estevao to turn. Estevao does so, finding Joao Pedro. Good football this from Chelsea. The 2 Brazilians looking to link up. That's clever. Ooh, Joao Pedro looking to thread that through the eye of the needle there for Estevao Willian. Here's Reece Walters. Good play there by Romeo Lavia. Immediately on it. Shuts him down. Under 5 minutes to go in the first half. Professional display this from Chelsea. 2-0 up. Cruising. Expected to be in the semi-finals even before kickoff. Getting the job done here so far. Nice to see Chelsea use the bench in the second half as well. I mean, Joao Pedro, Cole Palmer, Estevao Willian, they have no business playing 90 minutes today. Need to be ready for Manchester City. We've got a week to prepare for it. Chelsea have not had that for a very long time, but being knocked out of the Champions League, out of the Carabao Cup, Chelsea finally getting a bit of time between fixtures, man. I mean, look at Manchester United. The next time they're going to take the pitch is going to be next week. Look at the amount of rest they're getting. It's criminal at this stage of the season. If Manchester United do not finish top 4 and they have some sort of capitulation, could be an epic one, but could happen for any one of the big clubs, man. Chelsea, United and Liverpool. 3 sides who have shown inconsistency and generally not been serious outfits throughout the campaign. Well, halftime would be nice. It's been a decent watch. 2-0 up, the bare minimum from Chelsea's point of view. From open play, we can certainly do better. Here's Romeo Lavia. Finds Tosin Adrabayo. Good line breaker there. Gusto does well. Joao Pedro. Clever from Joao. He's waiting for a bit of support. Malo Gusto chance. Cole Palmer 3-0. Game over. Cole Palmer gets the goal 3 minutes before half time. And the third goal for Chelsea surely books our spot into the semi-finals of the Emirates FA Cup. Chelsea with a clinical performance against the League One side as Cole Palmer finds the back of the net. Well, fortuitous in terms of the way it fell to Cole, but the construction from Chelsea's point of view was excellent there. Tosin starts off the attack. Clever touch there by Malo Gusto. Joao Pedro does the right thing here. Waits for a bit of support. Malo Gusto puts it across. Good save there by the goalkeeper, but fell right into the path of Cole Palmer, who's never going to miss from there. Chelsea get the job done. Joao Pedro once again instrumental. Malo Gusto does well to get the shot on target. Clever there from Malo, man. He's the one who starts to move in terms of the attack. Good shot. Very good save there by Joe Gauchi. Unfortunately, from Jordan Gabriel's point of view, he can't have a meaningful enough touch to try and divert that away as Cole Palmer, with the captain's armband for the first time, it's on the score sheet. 3-0. Game over. But it's not a Cole Palmer goal. The goal has been signalled as a Jordan Gabriel own goal. So Cole Palmer does not have the goal as skipper. Probably a bit of motivation, but I'm just really sure that now, before half time, Liam Rosina needs to make the changes. I mean, yep, absolutely. Cole Palmer, Joao Pedro, Esteval Willian. Esteval maybe gets another 15 minutes in terms of just building up a bit of fitness. But, yep, these three have to be off. Final minute of normal time here. Chelsea getting the job done. 45 minutes of football still to be played. Ball clipped in. It's comfortable for Chelsea. Again, Rob Sanchez had absolutely nothing to do. Long may that continue. Chelsea have to keep the clean sheet here today. No two ways about it in terms of that metric. Everything else will be forgiven. If Chelsea don't score another goal, that's fine from this point of view. But clean sheet is an absolute must. Good play there from Romeo Lavia to win the ball off Martin Sheriff. And certainly a foul there on Lavia. Free kick for Chelsea. Rhys Walters, he's looked good in midfield for Port Vale. He's somebody that I'll certainly remember going forward. Everybody else has put in a good shift. Again, the quality from Chelsea's point of view, far too much for Port Vale. But a quarter-finals for a side bottom in League One, something that they won't forget in a hurry. Into 2 minutes of added on time here in the first half. Here's Fofana. Esteval Willian now. Chelsea might look to create one more before half time. Here's Esteval Willian. Clever, very clever back heel, finding Pedro Neto. Here's Lavia. Santos, Lavia again, Santos. Cole Palmer onto the right hand side. Chelsea players queuing up here. Oh, ball in by Pedro Neto is well defended by Joao. Here's Tosin. Finds Lavia onto the right hand side. How ruthless are Chelsea planning to be here just before half time? Good play on the right hand side is Malo Gusto, nearly finding Esteval. Cole Palmer gets there first. It's cleared away. Port Vale just desperate defensively just to get that anywhere away from harm's way. Here's Neto. Couple of step overs. Trying to slow the pace of the game here. Palmer in the half space. Does he look to create one more opportunity just before half time? Expecting the whistle to be blown soon after this attack. Chelsea are not going to get the foul, and that just might be that in terms of first half action. Chelsea have been professional enough in terms of getting the job done and have 1 foot in the semi-finals. Jarell Hato opened the scoring early in the first half. Second goal was scored expertly by Joao Pedro, and Chelsea getting a bit of assistance from Jordan Gabriel as Cole Palmer from close range had an effort that ricocheted off Jordan Gabriel to give Chelsea a 3-0 advantage in the quarterfinals of the FA Cup. It's 1 foot in the semi-finals. Chelsea just needing to be professional in the second half. 3-0 and game pretty much over. Well, we're back underway with second half action. Well, we're minutes away from the start of the second half. Chelsea having a very comfortable 45 minutes. Now an opportunity to just put on a professional display, get the job done, book a spot for the semi-finals, and then, of course, prepare for the biggest fish to fry. That is Manchester City at the weekend. City are playing some unbelievable football under Pep Guardiola. Try and put the pressure on Arsenal. Arsenal will be surely cheering for us in that game, as if we do take points off Manchester City, Arsenal will have one hand on the Premier League trophy, that's for sure. Well, Chelsea have 45 minutes to put in a professional display, get the job done, and then, of course, focus about Manchester City. Well, we're minutes away from the start of the... Off and running at Stamford Bridge, Chelsea 3-0 to the good. Professional display from the Blues here after 4 games without a victory, 4 losses. Newcastle, PSG twice, Everton before the international break. It was a nightmare end towards March. And now with April, Chelsea needing to be nearly flawless here to try and get their objectives done for the season. Well, Romeo Lavia was certainly interesting in that first half. Chelsea's midfield grabbing hold of the game. Port Vale forced to pretty much just backpedal and play on the defensive. That deep block with that 5-3-2 formation. Martin Sheriff and Ben Waine, the 2 centre forwards, having to try and navigate. That was very difficult for them as they were feeding off scraps. Chelsea forwards with Joao Pedro getting his first goal. Good defending there by Liam Gordon against Esteval Willian. Good to see that Esteval was possibly back onto the right hand side. Oh, that's a foul again by Esteval. That's his second foul. Liam Gordon on that left hand side. Good engine from the left wing back, stopping Esteval and then driving forward and winning the foul here. Let's have a look. Yep, it's a clear foul there by Esteval Willian. No real protest there from the young Brazilian. Set piece opportunity for Port Vale to try and pull a goal back. Funso Ojo will just try and float this into the box. Chelsea once again hold a highish line. Ojo delivers towards the back stick. Chance here for Humphreys. Chelsea do manage to clear. Cameron Humphreys was free there. Port Vale with their first real sighted goal here in this match. Pedro Neto was strong, but too strong according to the referee. It's another free kick here for Port Vale. Good start to the second half for the away side. Funso Ojo's ball was well delivered towards the back stick. Chelsea's defending, again, our back post defending is some of the worst that you will see. It's decent enough from Tosin. 2 minutes into the second half, the away side have certainly showed a bit more impetus. Ojo again towards the far stick. Again, it falls towards a Port Vale player and it's gone away and out for a goal kick and possibly a foul before that, as Andre Santos was hauled onto the ground. Yep, Kyle John, clear push there. Two-handed push on the back of Andre Santos. Well, Port Vale must be wondering how they're 3-0 down, because if you look at the overall balance of play, this has not been a 3-0 kind of game. Chelsea have been oddly clinical in front of goal. Thought that it was Cole Palmer who added the third just before half-time, but it turns into a Jordan Gabriel own goal. Clever there from Joao Pedro. Cole Palmer gets his pockets pinched, but Chelsea win the ball back. Much better to see Esteval on the right and Pedro Neto on the left-hand side, because our wing play in the first half was pretty much non-existent. Romeo Lavia, that's a good pass. Brilliant takedown there from Esteval. Oh, I think he went for a flash across the face of goal for Joao Pedro. Good play there from Chelsea. Again, that's a great pick out there from Romeo Lavia. Immediately picks his head up, looks for Esteval Willian. I think Estevao might have just been offside. Yes. I think the ball, if it had found its way to the back of the net, that would have been pulled back for offside. But Estevao, you could see there, he does the right thing. Went across the face. Unlucky there, but offside. Much better to see Romeo Lavia pick out those kind of progressive passes rather than just keeping those short 1-2 touches 5 yards across. Well, Philip Jorgensen's got a cup of coffee in his hand. Dario Sogo might be warming up here. This is excellent to see. I'm really excited to see Dario Sogo, man, on the pitch. Not many of you will know about him, but I've been keeping a close eye on him. Joao Pedro does well, but loses out in midfield. Wesley Fofana tries to make a nuisance himself. Good first touch there by Kyle John. Shifts it onto the right-hand side for Jordan Gabriel. Here's the right wing back. Finds Kyle John. Right side at centre half. Port Vale with a few rare touches. I think they had a 5-minute spell where they had nearly 60% of the ball, but other than that, they've pretty much been behind Chelsea in terms of all the metrics. Oh, it's brilliant there from Estevao. Oh, hits the post. So unlucky. That should have been 4-0 for Chelsea. Estevao Willian had the ball exactly placed perfectly on his left foot. Joao Pedro puts it on a plate for his fellow Brazilian. Excellent from Joao Pedro, man. Look at that. Andre Santos just plays a perfect pass. This would have been Joga Bonito, man. The three Brazilians combined. And within inches, nearly giving Chelsea the fourth. Sumptuous football. Joao Pedro to Andre Santos to Estevao Willian, nearly into the back of the net. That's the kind of football we should be playing, man. And now that we're 3-0 up, we need to see more of that. Here's Cole Palmer in a pocket of space. Not seen him be free for a lot of this match. Estevao on the right hand side was a dready cross. So many problems. It's Cole Palmer. He looks to just place that into the corner. Decent save there from Joe Gauci. Look at the difference between... Just look at the difference between Estevao on the right and Pedro Neto on the right hand side. It is chalk and cheese. Immediately you can see the combination play. I mean, he's so intelligent, Estevao Willian. Nothing but superlatives and praises for the young Brazilian. Not so much for the experienced Portuguese though. Here's Jarell Hato. Finds Neto. You can see Estevao Willian has so much space on that right hand side. And Estevao Willian is just peeling away. He's finding himself in acres of space. Chelsea almost trying to condense the pitch on the left hand side to create that space opening up on the right. And then to pull out that big switch for Estevao to run onto is certainly one of the tactics here from Liam Rossignol. Here's Andre Santos. Finds Romeo Lavia. Where's Fofana? Finds Lavia again. Again, Joao Pedro, Cole Palmer and Estevao Willian. They should not be on the pitch for any more than 60 minutes, that's for sure. Here's Santos. Better from Chelsea. Fofana. Oh, it's nearly weighted to perfection there for Estevao Willian. Good defending on the cover there. Connor Hall just comes across and makes sure that he gets the interception. Chelsea win the second ball back quite quickly. Port Vale just struggling to keep hold of the ball. Here's Jarell Hato. Finds Pedro Neto now. Yeah, Neto against the D block. Look at him. He's so confused. He doesn't know what to do, man. Good push and run down the left-hand side. Brilliant from Joao Pedro. Look at him go. He's absolutely saucing out. Here's the Brazilian. Finds Andre Santos. Malo Gusto, Romeo Lavia, Estevao screaming for the ball. Now he has been found. Here's the Brazilian. Chelsea trying to unlock the deep block here. Clever, very clever. The two Brazilians combine. Here's Estevao Willian. Nearly sneaks the cross across. Brilliant again. Andre Santos finding Estevao Willian in those clever passes. That's the second time we've seen that in the second half already. And there you can see that first 45 minutes. What a waste to see Estevao on the left-hand side, man. On the right is where he belongs. Estevao on the right. Cole Palmer is the number 10. and Joao Pedro as the number 9. That has to be the answers going forward. Here's Cole. Finds Jarell Hato. This has been a professional display from Chelsea. Nothing more, nothing less. Lavia, tries an outrageous pass. Malo Gusto thought that he might have been fouled there, but no foul given on the Frenchman. Did see Malo Gusto start for France against Brazil. He was playing right back up against Vinicius Jr. and an excellent game, Malo Gusto. Well, some of the dignitaries for Port Vale getting to make the trip to Stamford Bridge. Trip to London certainly will be an excitable one, especially for the fans. We'll be hoping against relegation. 1 win in 5 for John Brady's men in League One. Jogochi goes long. They win the first header. Fofana just hooks that clear. Chelsea win the first ball. Second ball critical. Lavia doesn't get too much distance on it. Liam Gordon has looked very good at left wing back. Clever pass at the outside of his left boot really. Jarell Hato reads that perfectly. Jordan Gabriel a little too eager to win the ball back. Clear foul there by the right wing back on the Dutchman. Here's Best Fofana. Finding Estevao Willian 10 minutes into the second half. What a pass that is for Joao Pedro. Can he get the shot away? Good block. Very good block there by Connor Hall. It should be a corner for Chelsea. Estevao Willian and Joao Pedro linking up on that occasion. The Brazilians have been on the wavelength, man. Some of the football the Brazilians for Chelsea have played today has been sumptuous. Joao Pedro, Estevao and Andre Santos. Excellent to see that combination. Here's Pedro Neto with the corner. Don't manage to clear it too far. Here's Cole Palmer now. Gets the ball back. Just over 10 minutes into the second half. It has been comfortable, but Chelsea have played much better football in the second half. Easier when we're 3-0 up. But Pedro Neto, temporarily, hopefully finding himself on the right-hand side, drifts in field. Here's Neto, goes for goal. Good strike, well blocked. Jogochi just hits that away. Corner for Chelsea. Pedro Neto struck that true. Straight at the goalkeeper. Creating separation and letting fly from just about 25 yards. Good work there by the Aussie keeper. Chelsea take a short corner. Cole Palmer finds Jarell Hato. There's a bit of space here. Decides to play the reverse to Pedro Neto. Clever pass there for Malo Gusto. Clip ball into the box. Chance. 4-0. It's a brilliant header. Tosin Adarabioyo makes it 4-0 to Chelsea as Chelsea book their spot in the semi-finals. Brilliant stuff there. It's a lovely clip pass. Chelsea get the job done. Terrific goal. Terrific goal. Well, Tosin rewards Liam Rossignol with the start that he has given to him as John Brady looks on and he knows that his side are possibly facing bell to ass here. Again, good work this from Chelsea. Clever movement here. Pedro Neto plays a lovely reverse pass here for Malo Gusto. Hangs it into the box. And Tosin with a powerful header. No chance there for Joe Gauci. The two defenders combine. And it's 4-0 to Chelsea now. Chelsea and Manchester City booking their spot in the semi-finals, both with a 4-star display. Chelsea against League One opposition in Port Vale, and of course Manchester City against Liverpool earlier this evening. Liam Rossignol can now start planning about Manchester City next week at the Bridge. Well, the game's over as a contest. Chelsea getting the job done. Now, please, Liam Rossignol, it's time to take off Joao Pedro, Cole Palmer, Estevao Willian. Minimum. Oh, Joao Pedro's on the deck here. He should not be on the pitch. Take him off. I mean, he has to be taken off here. He's gotten his goal. He's done everything that he needed to do. Good 1-hour session after the international break. I'm actually glad that we have this FA Cup assignment, playing Manchester City straight after the international break would have been a nightmare for the players, especially with everything that's happened behind the scenes as well. It'll be interesting to see who does partner Moises Caicedo up against Manchester City. I'm expecting Romeo Lavia to get the nod. Well, we'll see. Monish, how can we play like this against Manchester City, man? This game should not fool anybody. It's a cardio session at best. But it's good to see Chelsea being professional enough. Not doing anything foolish. Steady display. This has not been a 4-0 game, man. I mean, Port Vale will certainly feel hard done by. Chelsea have dominated all the metrics for sure, but we've not played scintillating football. In the second half, much better though. Much, much better. Here's Pedro Neto. Finds Tosin Adrabayo, the goal scorer. There'll be a lot of Chelsea players looking to get on the score sheet now that Chelsea do have that 4-0 advantage. Here's Malo Gusto. Not doing anything foolish yet. That's right, Monish. Okay, in terms of doing something foolish, Liam Rossignol has no business to have Cole Palmer, João Pedro and Estevao on the pitch here. We're approaching the 60-minute mark. I better see that triple substitution now. We're 4-0 up. There's nothing to achieve here. Get serious now. It's all about game management. Maybe Liam Delap can probably get a goal. Here's Neto. Palmer. Estevao is in the box. It's Estevao Willian. Great save. Cole Palmer. Can he finish it off? He does. Oh, good enough save. Joe Gauci falls on the ball with a grateful smile. With half an hour remaining, Chelsea are threatening more and more now in the second half. Good pass this from Pedro Neto. Cole Palmer sets Estevao Willian into the box. Estevao just looking to lift that over. Falls back to Cole Palmer. Just looks to pass that into the corner. And the triple substitution now will be implemented. Perfect. Right on cue from Liam Rossignol. Alejandro Garnacho, Liam Delap and Dario Esugo all coming on for Chelsea. Pedro Neto is going to be one of the players withdrawn. Cole Palmer, first time captaining Chelsea. It's a day that he won't forget in a hurry. Fortunately for him, he couldn't get his goal. That goal was credited as a Jordan Gabriel own goal, the third one. And João Pedro's off as well. I was expecting Estevao to maybe coming off for Chelsea, but great to see Dario Esugo on the pitch. The other two, not so much, but this is where they need to make themselves count here. Come on, Dario. What have you got for us for the 29 minutes? He's got a nice smile on his face. Great to see him smiling on the pitch again. Baby Caicedo on the pitch. No Enzo, no Caicedo in the team. Chelsea getting the job done here. Okay, Liam Delap, what do you have in store for us? Do you have a goal? We are 4-0 up. Surely you got a goal in you. Here's Estevao. Chelsea having a Brazilian and an Argentine on the flanks now. Liam Gordon with that foul there on Estevao Willian. That's been an interesting battle there. Estevao on the right has been electric, man. I mean, compare that to Pedro Neto's first half performance on the right-hand side. It's not even close. Here's Andre Santos. He's had a good game in midfield. Finding Wesley Fofana. Chelsea now just looking to fill up on terms of goals and get that confidence going before that Manchester City game. City and Chelsea booking their spot. Arsenal playing Southampton later on. Expecting Arsenal to get the job done. Here's Lavia. Clever pass. It's just behind Liam Delap on that occasion. The game's over as a contest. It's all about game management now. One of the objectives is to get Liam Delap's ass on the score sheet, man. He needs confidence. We have just about 2 months remaining. Any sort of help that we can get, we'll absolutely take it. Here's Garnacho. Well, Garnacho has certainly scored goals in cup competitions. What a first touch that is by Andre Santos. Beautifully done. Esugo finds Lavia. Esugo is playing as a number 10 by the looks of it. Here's Estevao Willian. And the intensity just been taken off slightly this from Chelsea. Lavia, expect him to play 90 minutes today. No excuses as Romeo Lavia looks to complete his first 90 minutes for Chelsea since joining from Southampton nearly 3 years ago. Here's Garnacho. Esugo. Oh, nearly finds Santos again. Chelsea looking to just pop those quick 1-2 touch passes outside the Port Vale box. Garnacho. Port Vale still very much in their deep block. Can't seem to get the ball off Chelsea here. Here's Esteval Willian up against Liam Gordon. Esteval. Malo Gusto. Brilliant 1-2. Esteval cut back chance. Oh, chance. That surely had to be 5. Brilliant football this from Chelsea again. Garnacho blazes that over. The 1-2 touch passing in and around the box. Excellent from Chelsea. Again, no surprise that Esteval Willian involved in everything good that Chelsea do there. Beautiful. Brilliant pick out there from Esteval, man. Fact is, on his right foot, in the air, still manages to put that right into the path of Garnacho. Was excellent to see as a triple substitution now for John Brady's side. Port Vale needing fresh legs as they put in a nice enough shift. The fans who have travelled all the way to London, would have been a really exciting game for them in terms of the calendar, getting a chance to go to Stamford Bridge and cheer your team along in a quarter-final clash in the FA Cup. But the magic of the Cup, unfortunately for Port Vale, will end in the quarter-finals. Players off, preserving energy time. I think I might just do a 5 or 10 minutes more of the stream. I think that should be that in terms of job done. Enjoy the rest of the weekend. Chelsea have bigger fish to fry. Good pass here for Esteval. Look at the pace of Esteval Willian. Nearly went through on goal. Nice bit of pause. Esteval with the near post. And he hits the post. That's the second time that Esteval Willian has just found the post. So clever from Esteval, man. The way that he takes those small touches in the box. Such a good player. And it's time to take Esteval off as well. He's gotten that 65 minutes. Maybe another 5 or 10 minutes at best. Ball shifted onto the right hand side. Good defending. Well, Esteval certainly deserves a goal for his display. We needed it, Monish. We absolutely needed that, man. I mean, it has been a nightmare month. 4 games, 4 losses before the international break. You thought it's the end of the world. You just wanted the season to end. Yeah, it's bottom of League One, and we're not going to gas this up too much, but we needed this. We really did. But against Manchester City, be very interested to see how Liam Rosenior goes about the business in terms of team selection, tactics, and he needs to get every decision spot on, man. Because Pep Guardiola will swallow him whole if Chelsea are not up to the task. Malo Gusto playing a clever no-look here for Esteval Willian. Chelsea players playing with a lot of confidence. Jarell Hato's cross has been intercepted quite comfortably. Here's Malo Gusto. Finding Jarell Hato, our 2 fullbacks on the right-hand side. Here's Andre Santos. Romeo Lavia. He's not going to get more comfortable 90 minutes than this. Rob Sanchez. The fact that Rob Sanchez had absolutely nothing to do. Just feel that he might do something in terms of trying to get involved or just try and kill his boredom. Chelsea have to continue to remain professional here. Well, if Port Vale scores, Chelsea are not a serious team. Even though we are 4-0 up and booked our spot in the semi-finals, it's these kind of details that are so crucial. Tosin, what a pass on his left foot as well to Esteval Willian. Tosin full of confidence after his goal. Here's Esteval, desperate for a goal himself here. He's hit the post twice. Here's Tosin again. Malo Gusto on the right hand side trying to shimmy and shake. Great change of direction there from the Frenchman. Finds Wesley Fofana. Santos. Hato. Garnacho on the left hand side. 1v2 here. Garnacho against a deep block. Finding Andre Santos with the effort. Deflection out for a corner. Santos looking to line one up from the edge of the box. Again, a lot of space afforded to the Brazilian. And Garnacho draws 2 players to him, so the space does open up in those central areas. Decent fade. Just clips the top of Cameron Humphreys' head. It's a corner for Chelsea. Well, Chelsea started off this 4-star performance with the early goal that came from a corner. Terrell Harto profiting from Joe Gauci not getting too much purchase from his punch. Estevan Willian delivers his ball into the box. What a delivery to make it 5-0. Tosin. Oh, it's Andres Santos. What a brilliant goal. That is the Brazilian connection on show again. The ball from Estevan Willian is world class. And Andres Santos does the rest. It's 5-0 to Chelsea. A 5-star performance. And we're off to the semi-finals. Brilliant ball in this from Estevan Willian, man. What a ball this is. Is there a push on Joe Gauci? There probably might be. Oh, he has to be stronger, man. There might be a push. He's in the air. He's nowhere near that. He's completely lost the trajectory in it. It's poor goalkeeping. He's got nobody else to blame. He has to be stronger. He's been moved off. The goal will not be chalked off, and it will be 5-0 to Chelsea. Joe Gauci, the Australian. They're going to check here for VAR. It is not a foul, man. Check is complete. It's 5-0. Chelsea get the job done. We move on to the semi-finals. 5-star performance. Well, I'm going to do a bit more 5 minutes of the stream. Chelsea have got the job done. If Liam Delap scores, great. But yeah, 5-0 is more than enough. I think Chelsea need to just pretty much now just ice the game. Port Vale don't need to suffer a few more goals. Estevan Willian, though, he's certainly hungry for another goal. What a brilliant corner, man. I mean, Chelsea have been so bad at corners this season. Estevan puts in one of the perfect balls into the box. Andres Santos, happy to head home from close range. That should be that. Well, in terms of final thoughts, Chelsea, very professional, very clinical. We don't say that very often about Chelsea. This is a game we desperately needed to win to get a spot in the semi-finals, get goals and confidence. Need every lick of confidence that we can get before we play Manchester City, that's for sure, because City are looking a dangerous, dangerous side, man. They are not a team to be messed with. They totally outplayed Arsenal in the Carabao Cup final and then put 4 past Liverpool at the Etihad Stadium in the FA Cup quarter-finals. They are not a side to be messed with. And if Chelsea are not at their best, we could get spanked too. Well, this game is over as a contest. It's been enjoyable to say the very least. I think it's time for me to conserve my energy as well. Get ready for the coming up week. Can't wait for the action, man. I mean, as much as Chelsea give me so much heartache and pain, I just love it. I can't wait for Chelsea games. It's a sickness, I know. It's an absolute sickness, but that's what we got to do, man. We've got a lot of exciting players. The young core is good. It's just that Chelsea, this summer, we have to get it right. Every single decision in terms of departures, arrivals, loans, anything, it has to be spot on there. We cannot have another miss in the transfer window. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for the support. Enjoy the rest of the game if you're going to watch it. This could be more. Chelsea could very easily score 6 and 7. But Port Vale, thank you for the competition. Thank you for the cardio sesh. And Chelsea into the semi-finals. See you guys. I'll see you for the next stream. That is, of course, I think there's Champions League at the weekend, midweek. We will cover that. And, of course, we will head into weekend's action. I'll see you guys.